Oh, yes, it is Tuesday. This is the Kickin' with Andy show, and we're going to be talking everything about kickers loaded, preloaded enclosures, A to Z. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and don't forget to enter the giveaway. But without further ado, let's kick this thing off, and I'll see you guys in 3 minutes.
Kickin' it with Andy, 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 kickin' it with Andy.
Let's get it.
With Andy, kickin' it with Andy, kickin' it with Andy.
Uh-oh.
Kickin' it with Andy, kickin' it with Andy, kickin' it with Andy.
Okay. I see what we're doing. Kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. Living loud. Hey, yo, we kicking it with Andy at the house. He's coming to you live from the casting couch. He's a kicker freak. Hey, yo, what you think? So grab a seat and get your favorite drink. Don't go nowhere, you'll be glad you waited. Andy content comes highly rated. He got more hits than a Brooklyn mobster, doing hair tricks in the Cookie Monster. Straight give you goosebumps like you're ticklish. Hey yo, rest in peace to Chris the Fish. So get your popcorn, Andy's going live, but the show don't start till Deviant arrives. What?
John K. rolled up to learn some sound effects. Met the good peeps, now we chillin', relax. The after show is lit, yo, check the live chat. And is a clip, you wanna try that. Kicking it with Andy is such a dope show. He stays super positive and a super chill bro, making us laugh with his McGill memes. Quality content in all of his streams. Why does Cookie Monster bang harder than a wall? Cause he was the big brand name that started it all. Kick a bass so low that it's messing with your psyche. Y'all running sketchin' while my homie running Nike. My homie running Nike. My homie running Nike. My homie running Nike.
Hey yo, Johnny, have a seat, relax. We got this next one. Yeah. Hey yo, check me out. Third verse like that, we say the best for last. Drop a super chat to get your questions asked. 5K subs, yo, he gon' hit. Got a L7X and a Recon kit. Tuesday and Friday, yo, we on the set. Unless he get that Patreon check, go ahead, subscribe, and he's on the mic. If you gotta run by, please hit the like. Solo and Wiz got that fish tank filled, but is he ever gonna finish that Walmart build? Ain't got a witness, so we'll never know. That was 3 minutes, now enjoy the show. Let's go.
My homie running Nike.
Hey yo, Andy, we love you, boy. Keep doing your thing, King. You got this.
My homie running Nike.
Kicking it with Andy, and we're talking about enclosures. Thank you guys for tuning in. It is Tuesday, so you know what that means. Enter the giveaway, kicker.com/umweekly. Oh, I forgot to throw it on the bottom. I put in all those members. We got 69 members, and I had to throw in all those names, but it's Tuesday. It's Kicking with Andy, so make sure you guys go enter the giveaway. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight, and we're going to be talking about kickers, loaded enclosures, every single one of them. And if you guys have any questions about, hey, what should I do with this? Should I run this one or that? We're going to kind of just graze on every subject of all the different types of enclosures, and there is a boatload of them. So please sit tight and grab your favorite beverage. It's going to be a long ride. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. Appreciate you, William. Hey, hey, hey. Kicker Unmasked with our host, Living Loud with Andy. You're a rock star. Keep doing what you do. Thank you so much, William. I appreciate that. Rockstar. I love it. Thank you so much, man. And thank you for always being here. What's going on, Dev 2.0? Appreciate that you are here. Blake has been secretly doing some stuff, and I'm going to show this just because Blake is actually here, and he's on time. Check this out. We got some Blake footage.
Check it out. Check it out.
I love it. Thank you for hanging out with us, Blake. And of course, Blake was at the Kicker wedding. I mean, hanging out at Stillwater OSU. He had to stop by. Appreciate that you are here. Dubby, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate all you guys. John K., the moderator in the chat. Appreciate that you're here. 69 members. Lock it out. No more. You heard the man. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. Man, tonight is going to be fun. It really is. I'm a little tired. It's nothing crazy. It's just, had a bad night sleeping last night. Hey, 7 a.m. What's that? It's a little bit of stress just for the simple fact it's Tuesday. The show's going to be a lot of information, and I want to get your guys' questions answered and just try to hit all the topics we can. Lily T, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate that you are here. Yes, again, guys, do not forget to enter the giveaway. Appreciate everyone in Kicker Club. Mom, love you. Thank you for tuning in. John, Charlie, Steve, ZJ, and Andrew Stoltz, and Joseph Barina, thank you for tuning in. Just a heads up, Weekly site not working on my end. It should be working. I think Bill had that all posted up here. Let me take a gander here, see if we're all good. Let's see, we got 0 entries. It's Kicker live giveaway with Andy, 10/24. Let me see here, take a gander. I don't know why it's not working. Let me just go to kicker.com/UMweekly and see what's coming up on my end here. Yeah, it says 0 entries, 23 ended. Now, let me check. There actually is a giveaway. Let me see if this works. I'm going to copy the one that's in Gleam here and see what that pulls up. If that's the case, yeah, there we go. We're going to have to do this one. I'm going to drop a link in the comments down below. Bill, if you're watching, I don't know if you can change it after it's already active, but I dropped the link in the comments. It should be on Facebook. It should be on YouTube. And, man, that's okay. At least we have a giveaway. We do have a giveaway. It's just the link is not working for kicker.com/UMweekly. So we're going to pull that down. And maybe what I can do is I can edit that. But, I mean, it's going to be hard to type that in. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But just so you guys can see it. Boom. There you go. Awesome. It's all right, Bill. It happens. It's Tuesday. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and Andy, you gotta reset the giveaway. I wish I could. I can only do so much. I mean, I can, but that is definitely Bill's territory. We got a link, so go enter the giveaway. Please, guys, sorry, it doesn't work for this one. I mean, I'm not taking down the sign. I like the sign. We like the sign. All right, cool. Let me check all the comments here, catch up. I know I'm a little behind because the giveaway wasn't working. Yeah, all right, we got it. Yeah, that's from before. You just got to look at it. That's all you can do, William. Would you look at that? Oh, God, here we go. Thank you for tuning in, Double E. Appreciate you, man. All right, let's see. We got BT up in here. Of course, Dubby, Larry. Yeah, check the giveaway link that I dropped down below. You guys should see it everywhere. If it's not coming up on Kicker Club, it's probably because Facebook. But it should be there on YouTube. And if you just type it in exactly how you see it on the screen there, it will work. What's going on, Budget J? Thank you for tuning in. What's up, everyone? Ready for Andy to drop this knowledge? It's not really knowledge, it's just kinda, sorta, not really. You know, we're just gonna talk about the different enclosures that they have, and there's a lot to choose from, and the average person might get confused. Hey man, what's the difference from a Comp C and a Comp R? We're gonna talk about it. And I like how there are so many choices. Sometimes people say too many choices can be a bad thing, But with stereos, you know, everyone's application is going to be different, and I feel like that's where Kicker comes into play. And everyone's always said, hey man, they got all these other things, why don't they have the big subwoofers? Well, now the L7X is out. No preloaded enclosures yet, official wink. So hopefully that comes to play. I can see that happening. Now, a quad box, Bubba, with L7Xs, I don't know about that one. But either way, maybe a single or dual loaded enclosure for an L7X would be the way to go. And I think there would be enough customers out there to buy it. Awesome. Mike DePoli, let's go! Tuesday night with Andy. Thank you for tuning in, Mike. Appreciate you. Mike. Appreciate you, man. Bobby B from the Burkett Zoo. I don't even see Bobby B at. Where is Bobby B? He's just at the zoo right now. He's not tuned in. It's okay. We know he'll be here soon. All right, scrolling down, 60 watching, only 17 likes. What? Come on, guys. You know the deal. Smash the like. Appreciate you guys. Let me take a look here. Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, we got 37 on YouTube, 19 likes. Appreciate you guys. Man, those comments are just flying through right there. That's weird. Appreciate you guys. Cool. I got to catch up on the comments just so that whenever I'm talking, I can just see them rolling up and all that fun stuff. All right. Cool. There's Bobby.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
Appreciate you tuning in, Bobby. Appreciate you. Man. We got a new member, Double E. He broke the 69. We're going to 70. We are going to 70.
Well,
would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. Just look at it.
Just look at it. I can't. Thank you, Double E, for becoming a member. It's only 99 cents a month, and you're part of the green team and just fun stuff. All right, cool. Trap House, appreciate you tuning in. Trap House TV in the Kicker House, the Kicker Cave. We are here. It's Tuesday. How's everyone's Tuesday going? That's what I want to know. You know, every Tuesday I'm excited. You know, for the past 3 years, Unmasked finally just hit their 3-year anniversary yesterday. So I threw up a post on Kicker Club, but just saying it now, live and direct. And that's what we're doing here today. This is pretty much the Unmasked show, just the great value edition. And I appreciate you guys are here, but I appreciate them for starting the Unmasked show. And it literally took off my YouTube career. Like, I had like 1 or 2 videos that were actually like YouTube-ish, but like I really didn't want to pursue it. I wasn't putting up content. I wasn't going live like once a month even. I didn't even do the live streams until that after. And I just say thank you, and thank you to doing it for the community, giving out the information and just everything that it entails. Like, I do mediocre stuff compared to the shows that they put on and the money that they have invested. So Steve, Ernie, Bill, J-Dub, Aaron, I know I'm forgetting someone, John Myers, and even Kipster, man, everybody, for making the Unmasked show what it is today. And just happy 3-year anniversary, Kicker. It's awesome. I know you're on 50 for something else, but still, the Unmasked show is why we're here today. And again, thank you guys for just being here. Mike DePoli throwing out the pennies, starting out early. I almost clicked on a $50 super chat. Mike, thank you so much, man. Make it rain. I still didn't make, I need to make something for that, for the rain. I appreciate you, Mike. And you just gotta look at it. That's all you can do. You know, William's asking, Andy, can a donut actually work as an enclosure? I have seen a tire donut, like a spare tire, not an actual donut, but I can ask the Donut Lord, aka Mr. O, and I'll let you know. I'll give you some feedback when I find out. But we have seen some pretty crazy enclosures, man. And, you know, I didn't mean to play that, but even down to just, you know, enclosures that aren't maybe pumpkins or donuts or tires. You know, you have these ones that are just, you put them together and it just doesn't quite work out as well as you thought. You buy it from another company, and it starts falling apart within, you know, a few months, and you're adding screws like this guy's throwing in here, And I'm actually going to play that one more time just with the audio because it's just, you can hear there's an issue with that box. And if you don't have, I like the bass note there though. If you don't have the enclosure keeping the pressure in per se, generating the pressure, you know, the acoustical spring that an enclosure does, you're not going to have bass, man. Take a subwoofer out. I'm not talking free air applications, but just a woofer in your hand and put it by your ear. You can hear bass and you turn it away and it just disappears. They need those enclosures or whatever to make the pressure, to make the sound. So it is your foundation of your build, man. And so what Kicker does is they literally take the guessing game. They take the guessing game out of building your enclosure, or, you know, there are other ways to go out and get an enclosure, piecing it together with a subwoofer. You can do that separately. Kicker doesn't sell enclosures by themselves. I kind of wish they did, but I feel like, you know, it just has to make sense. And regardless, you could just buy the whole thing because that's what they really want you to do. They don't want you to put a Kicker comp into a CVX enclosure. They just, you know, the least amount of tolerance issues, no matter which way you're looking at it, the better. So I feel like that's why they do it that way. But you can go out and get enclosures from Amazon, eBay, your local stereo shop, and that's where it gets confusing. I've went into it before with box building and just, you know, prefabs are not all equal. And we're going to go into the ones that aren't equal like the other ones that are 5/8 MDF and just not built good, not tuned for whatever. These are specifically made for these woofers. Now, I know Jake actually brought up a very good point here earlier. He says, I feel like Kicker makes all their boxes on the small side, to be honest. I feel 90% of their ported enclosures need 25% more air to play flatter in most applications. And you're absolutely right. And I feel like they would make them 25% bigger, but to fit in every vehicle, you can't. And that's where these prefabs, preloaded enclosures, so they can fit in your Honda Civic 2011 EX, you know, so it fits in pretty much every vehicle within reason. Now, it might not fit in your Eclipse, and maybe that's why you should run the Kicker 10-inch Comp Cs instead of the dual-loaded L7Ss. Trust me, I tried. It doesn't fit. So it's not perfect, but so that they fit in more applications and not, and suffering a little bit output, but still, Kicker knows kind of what their speakers work and what kind of music the average amount of people listen to compared to maybe us, 1%ers, 2%ers, playing DJ Rusticals, you know, and all we want is 20 to 40 hertz. And you know, most music isn't like that, to be honest. Now, if you're talking about movie theaters, yeah, it's down to like 10 hertz, the brown note included, you know, and thunder noises and low frequencies, but still it's not music. Now we make it music nowadays with the rebasing, with the lower frequencies, and it's fun. So there is that, and I feel like that's where they kind of, you know, say, hey, we can do this too. Let's build this quad box. Let's start off with the big one. I mean, I know you guys are going to want to talk about it. You know what? I thought I had it down there. I can move it. Okay, hold on. I am actually going to switch this. I have it two ways here. And we're going to do, boom. Can we do that? Aha! Awesome! All right, sorry, Jake, pulling you down. Oh, we got a super chat from Bubba. We got to throw this up. We got 50 people up in here tonight. Thank you so much, Bubba. And we are throwing up the cost.
Yeah, don't forget to hit the like. You gotta hit the like. Love them. It's real easy. That thing that goes like this. Pretty simple.
That's it. Thank you so much, Bubba. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, John, that work account, you can ban that guy real fast. Oh man, appreciate that you're tuning in. It's awesome for the algorithm. Make sure you enter the giveaway. Actually, you know what? Yeah, just go ahead and enter. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. So the big one, the quad box. I mean, I love this thing. It is the bee's knees. More so for us 1%ers, base heads that are just, you know, we want a lot. And this thing's tuned to 31. I'm not telling you it's going to play 20 hertz and do hair tricks. but it's going to act a lot different than the other preloaded enclosures that Kicker has. So it is really just designed in a way for us, 1%ers that want the most out of our system. It's not ideal for every vehicle. It's not going to fit in every application. It's not giving up that 25% like Jake was mentioning. It is built for these subwoofers. This is not a prefab by any means, and none of them really are, because they are designed in a way to work with that exact driver or drivers, and that is the coolest thing about it, man. All right, cool. Let me scroll down here, make sure I didn't miss anybody else's crazy questions or comments. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, CM58 MDF is no good. The quad box, I know it's expensive, but it's got all Baltic birch, 13 ply, and it is way more than 5/8 thick. Appreciate you. Jeremy B, thank you for tuning in. Hit the like. Appreciate you guys. Awesome. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Awesome, because that is definitely my saying there. Eric HQ class 12-inch loaded enclosure, and that's a very good point. But unfortunately, as you can see, they don't make them anymore. And I mean, we might as well touch on this while it's here, while it's in the conversation. And the L7Qs, I don't know exactly their, story of what's going to happen to them, the amps, the subwoofers, whatever you hear from Kicker is what you're going to hear. But I know you can see these floating around on different dealer websites and stuff like that. They're still out there. But I know Kicker's not going to sell them anymore if it's going to be in that little drop box window. Anything you see there, it's not going to be probably on the website again. But it's still out there and available. But the L7Q series, I know Cornut was bringing up on a comment, and these are awesome subwoofers, awesome enclosures. I've always wanted one. My buddy Todd just picked one up the other day. I've always wanted a QB8. The thing is so cute. But they do have something else with the Comp R, and we're going to talk about that too. But the QB8 is awesome, and I know a few of the guys that were behind designing that, and I wanted to hear one, and it looks like it was just an awesome little box, passive radiator setup. And that's the thing with Kicker. Man, boy, do they just love passive radiator just setups. Like that's their thing. That's what Kicker all started at. The ass kicker, sorry, ladies and gentlemen and children watching, but that's what it was called. And that's what really took off the Kicker. And because it really kicked your butt, and it had a passive radiator set up right in the middle, and two 4.5, 5-inch speakers from Motorola, I think, or not Motorola, maybe it was Motorola. Was Motorola? Some kind of brand, but either way, it was just like scrap parts, threw it together, and that's what Steve designed, and that's what took off the brand and everything else alongside that. So I love passive radiators. We got 61 people on here. Man, you guys are awesome. Go enter the giveaway. I'll drop it down below again in the comments, just because it's not kicker.com/umweekly right now. It's something else, unfortunately. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Let's see, can I do one of these? No, we need that. There we go. Cool. All right, got this. Thank you, StreamYard, for coming in clutch. You do once in a while. Appreciate you. Troy, damn, Andy drank a monster before the show. No, this is what happens when you drink too much coffee in the morning. You don't sleep well, and you start talking about Kicker and bass. It just starts flowing, man. I appreciate that you're here, and it's awesome. All right, cool. So again, let me scroll down here so I'm all caught up. I don't miss anything too crazy, like Ernie calling me saying my audio's not working or something else. Yes, we are the 1%ers, not the motorcycle gang. Crazy bass heads. That is us. Good night, bro. Thank you for tuning in, Pirates Den. Appreciate you guys. David Monroe, man, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you just being here, just saying hello. Yes, you can enter the giveaway. If you're not seeing it on Facebook, go on YouTube, Living Loud with Andy, and you'll see it in the comments. And actually, what I should do is pin that. I need to pin that. Oh, come on. I need a Bill, and there we go. I need a Bill and an Ernie to make this happen. I don't know how. Well, I know how they do it. I don't know how I do it. I appreciate you guys for hanging out and bearing with me through all this. All right, so we're not going to go too deep in this because they are products. I believe these are discontinuing. Don't quote me. But, they had the 10 all ported enclosures here. 10, 12 single, and then dual. And this is the one that I really like, is the dual, just because it's like it's angled, it's wedged, and it comes with 2 L7Qs, and those are, I think, well, the 15 is 1200 RMS, so I think 900 RMS for the 12s. Either way, awesome stuff. Now, they didn't have loaded enclosures for the 15, and I feel like, 15s are hard to fit in cars, let alone 18, so there's always that. You won't see any of that other than the quad box being extra big. And then there's that L7 QB8. That thing is so cute, and I want one so bad. I just love passive radiator setups, but unfortunately, that is, I believe, end of life. All right, so let's go back to the list. And I'm not going to bore you guys, because I know, some of you guys stay here for the entire show. Some of you guys just, whatever. And we're going to go through the meat potatoes real fast, and then we're going to get to the dessert. So we're actually going to go to the big stuff first, like how we've been doing. With the quad box, the Q series, stuff along those lines. And thank you for tuning in, Kyle Goddard. Appreciate you, man. Now, the L7S and the L7R. And I feel like we could talk about these together all as in one, because they really are the same thing in a way, but one is more for power handling, one is more for being a little bit more efficient and price friendly. And let's just go over the L7S first, because the L7S and the R is pretty much just like the L7 and the L5. So, but just with like revamped technology, stitching, cooling, things along those lines. But this has been around for a long time. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, John, for dropping the link too, man. Appreciate you. Awesome. Thank you, John. I was like, John Cotter. That looks familiar. Oh yeah, that's Johnny. It's Johnny. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for helping me out with this. You say you have a high voice. You have to say it in high voice, the quad box. The high voice? Is that above 40 hertz? The quad box. Yeah, that thing. Thank you, Troy. I appreciate you, man. And I love being able to talk about something that it's my cup of tea, because I have so many literally kicker loaded enclosures. I've had 2 of the L7S enclosures. I had the one with the Aeroport and the newer one, and I borrowed off a friend and I had to give it back, but it sounded great. And obviously the quad box, we got the Comp C loaded enclosure. I have the Comp single ported, Aeroported enclosure for the Comp, the one at Walmart. Yep, that one comes with an Aeroport. And the downfiring Comp as well. And I think that's all of the ones that are kicker, I believe. I do have an older version of the CVR with a 8-inch, was it 8-inch? Yeah, or no, it's a 6-inch arrow for 212s back in the day, CVRs. But regardless, the boxes have held up during the test of time, which is amazing. And man, it's awesome stuff. All right, cool. Let me keep going here, just so I don't lose track of what I'm doing. I was hoping for an L7Q18. If enough people talk about it, and that's the great thing about the day and age that we live in, where, they can take a little bit less chances as a company, but by having the ability to talk to the customers, which are you guys watching, the ones with the newsletter, when you enter the giveaway, you sign up for that. And the ones reaching out to Bill at social@kicker.com and hitting them up on Facebook and making posts about it, tagging Kicker, the more people that do it, it'll make sense as a company to be like, hey man, a lot of people want this Q18. I think we should do it. We should try it. And I feel like that's how they go about things. So man, keep asking. Okay, cool. Thank you, John. There's 25. There he is. Would you look at that? All right, cool. Yeah, Kicker's tech is awesome, man. Their tech support, customer service. I had a call the other day because I was looking for an L7S Dual 2. And, it's just the way they treat you, and they didn't even really know who I was. I mean, I'm sure they did, but not really. Just the way they treat you every time, it's awesome. Called Kicker customer service yesterday morning, got an answer to my question about the key lock in literally under 2 minutes. Super impressed. Thank you, Cool, for letting us know. And yeah, man, they are A+. Excuse me. All right, so let's keep going. We got an hour show. We're already 29 minutes in. But this is the point. So again, guys, don't forget to enter the giveaway. All right, cool. So with the L7S, you got, you know, your 8, your 10, your 12, your 15, but with the loaded enclosures, you're going to have your 10, your 12, and your dual 12. And these are, I wouldn't say, you know, okay, just put this in every system, it's going to be great. You're going to need a little bit more power, more so with this L7S, any type of setup. You know, that's a 600, 750, or 1500 watt system, depending which one you pick there. And that's RMS power, so these are going to need some power. Now, which one's better, the L7S or the L7R, aka L5? Which one's better? The L5 has a lower RMS power handling. I honestly think the L5, unless you're looking for something that wants to be more aggressive in sound, as in, man, I want something that just punches, hits me. I want something this, and it does come down to the enclosure too, but the type of driver it is. And I feel like the L5 can be that, but a little bit less, just for the simple fact of how it's designed. It's a lighter driver, it's more efficient, it doesn't need as much power, it can get just as loud. It's got, you know, it's got a little bit less travel, but does it really? You know, the winding height, it doesn't really mean per se SPL, and X max isn't really a thing because it's just coil winding divided by 2 and all that other stuff with gap and the overhang. And, you know, it just really comes down to, hey, it's square, it's got all this cone area, and it moves this far. Which one's going to be louder? And this one is going to be louder on less power, and I feel like that's why Kicker really went for the L7R for the quad box, just because it doesn't need as much power. If you were going to run the L7's S in the quad box, you would need 3000 RMS instead of 2400 RMS. Now, spoiler, I am actually going to be purchasing, whenever I can get one in stock on kicker.com, I already have 2, another pair of L7S's, and I'm going to throw them into the quad box, and we're going to do a comparison between quad box versus, well, L7Rs, just stock, with the L7S's. Which ones get louder with unlimited power really available? I got 4,400 watts on tap available, so it's plenty enough to, you know, actually clamped to actually move them, get them going. But again, with the L7Rs, it's pretty much the same thing, but something that's going to require a little bit less power. And what I like is they actually give you 2 options here with the 10. And I feel like this is why they're doing this, because it doesn't need as much power. Where the 10, that ported large enclosure, because that's a big enclosure for a 10 that's a prefab. That's pretty big, and then you can see the wedge box over here, and that's more designed for trucks. And, you know, it really comes down to your vehicle, your needs, but I like how they give you both. And the boxes are just cool looking. They got a nice angle, the 10 and the 12. I've been trying to get one of these, but I'm like, what do I need it for? I got an L7X in Kayla's car. I hate switching speakers all the time, but I know this L7R single 12 or 10 enclosure would get down, and I believe it is tuned at, 33, man. They tune a lot of their enclosures down low. Now, does tuning frequency meaning, oh, it's going to be great, it's going to be able to smash lows? Honestly, it comes down to the entire build. How big is the enclosure? How much port area do you have? How long's the port? And what kind of woofers you're using? What power? What frequency are you playing? Everything comes into play. So just because it's tuned low doesn't mean it's going to be this wind machine, but it's going to have a lot more bandwidth, maybe per se, for lower frequency songs compared to something that's tuned to around 38. Just physics. So there's the shape of the port and the tuning, and everything else follows suit alongside with that. So don't just say, oh man, these boxes are the best because they're tuned low. That's not the only factor, but they do take things into, you know, hey, people want to play a little bit lower nowadays, you know, a little bit below 40 hertz. So maybe we'll open up the port a little bit more and tune a little bit lower and give you a little bit more of what you're looking for. All right, so that was the L7S's and the L7Rs, and again, they both have the dual 12 loaded enclosure. I wish they had 2 10s in the L7Rs and the S's, but they don't, unfortunately. But then that's where you can go in the other stuff and get that as well. All right, cool. Man, my comments were not showing. Well, they were, but they're not popping. They're not scrolling down. All right, cool. Let me take a pause here, and I'm going to get to the questions, and then we're going to keep going. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. No IOU, only super chats. 25 drops at 10,000. I don't got a video for that. I don't got a video for that. Appreciate you, Troy. You know, Dean, thank you for tuning in. Handy, what do you think about Kicker just selling the L7X subwoofer enclosure by itself or including a loaded enclosure with the L7X replacing the L7Q class? Good question. L7Q versus X, there's not even a comparison really. One's an SQ sided driver and one's an SPL. So they're two different animals for sure. But I feel like they should and would and will bring a loaded enclosure for the L7X eventually. Now, would they sell them separately? I wish, but they don't. Because I got a lot of kickers laying around. I'm like, man, I don't got an enclosure because I got to buy everything. But I have all these kickers laying around that don't have enclosures. So I wish they did. And they used to make sealed enclosures, but they just don't anymore because people want output. They want bass. And I love sealed enclosures. So there is always that, man. But I appreciate you tuning in, hanging out with us, being here. Again, guys, make sure you go enter the giveaway. Don't want you guys to miss out on some awesome stuff, plus a 50% off discount code on top of everything else that Kicker gives away. These Bullfrog 100s, the tumblers, the EB400s, t-shirts, you name it. Appreciate you guys, and 25 is always silent. Soundtrack is almost over 25. Speaking of soundtrack, I need to make sure that's on repeat. I've been meaning to add more songs to my playlist. It's hard finding non-copyrighted stuff and good music at the same time. Okay, cool. Awesome. Let's keep moving here. Boom. All right. Man, we have 55, 60 people in here this whole time. You guys are awesome. Literally awesome. Speaking of which, 44 likes. You guys are killing it. Can't click that one. You'll know how I rig it then. All right, cool. So we're moving along. Now the L7T, and this is all in the same tier bubble box over here, just because it's an L7. It's an L7. It's square. So the L7T is different. They got the L7T DF. That's the downfiring, and boy, do those downfiring boxes sound amazing. And then you got your truck base. And that's just your simple wedge enclosure ported on the side, but L7T, so it's even shallower than the L7R that's over here. Because see, the L7R, L7T, two different woofers, but then they have this one right here, but it's a little bit wider, I believe, on the bottom here compared to the top. If you go to the L7T trunk base, you can see it's a little bit skinnier on the bottom. It's a little bit smaller, and I think it is it sealed? Yeah, it's sealed, baby. I think that's sealed. Yep. I bet you that sounds good. Man, they got a lot of them here. I mean, they give you 2 ohm, 4 ohm, 2 ohm, 4 ohm, 2 ohm, 4 ohm for each size, which is nice. Just because you might want to run one or you might want to run two. It depends what you want to do. And different amplifiers. I've seen people run 2 of the passive truck wedge boxes together, you know. You can put 2 prefabs together. It works, man. Prefabs. Anywho, so the downfiring box, which is, I think these are big time sleepers, just for the simple fact, you put them in your car, you won't even know it's there. Like this little 8 looks cute and aggressive. And I love the stitching on it. You know, I know people say, man, I don't want a big logo. I like the logos, man. I like logos. I like people to know what I got in my car, not for advertisement to say, hey, go break my window. But at the same time, when I pop my trunk, it's like, yeah, it's a Kicker, man. You know, just something subtle, but enough to be in your face. Here you go, man. All right, so we're moving down and we're going to the rounds. I love squares. We all love squares, but we're moving down to the rounds. So it looks like, well, they don't have the CVX in a preloaded enclosure. I believe they did it one time, but they don't right now. Nope, I do not see one. And that's unfortunate, but still, CVX is literally pretty much like an L7S, just round. Same RMS power, but just round. So, awesome, cool. You guys are awesome in the chat. Keep it up. Appreciate you guys commenting, just keeping the algorithm going, bringing the new people here. Appreciate you. All right, so the comp R box, and I feel like this one is the most common. You know, you see this one at Best Buy. I see this one in a lot of vehicles. Anson just won this from the giveaway. You got the dual loaded, dual 2 enclosure, and that's the thing where people try wiring these boxes after they had them for years. They try wiring them down, and it's like, ah, man, you're gonna be at half ohm. Those aren't some dual 4s at 1 ohm. Those are dual 2s at 2. And they do that just because that's the way they have for a very long time, and it works. But regardless, these are awesome, and I believe these are, don't quote me, 800 RMS, 1,000 RMS, so 500 RMS piece. I wasn't sure if they were 400 or not. Either who. And, you know, they're all going to have a little bit of different tonality sounds compared to the Comp Cs and the CVRs, the Comp VRs. Well, can't see that right there, the Comp VRs. All right, cool. Hold on. We got a super chat. Got to pull it up. Fuego sent you a picture in Discord of my wife with her new kicker loaded enclosure 12 L7T down firing box installs coming on Saturday.
Well, would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it.
I'm gonna have to take a look at Discord here. I know I seen you posted it up, but let's see. Awesome. I'm gonna have to save that so we can pull that full size. Let me pull that down there for a second. And then we got to go back. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Thank you, Fuego, for sending that to me, man. That's just awesome. It's awesome stuff. It really is. And to have your... Ooh, we're already on that camera. To have your significant other, you know, just be involved is... It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Thank you, Fuego. Appreciate you. And thank you for your super chat. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're feeling well. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Again, thank you. That's how I feel, but you guys are awesome, man. Always killing it. All right, let's get to a few questions because we got a little bit of a show to go. I mean, 90 minutes-ish, right? Cracker 0974. I'm going to run 2 12L7Qs in a prefab box with a kicker 2400. Do you think it will be too much? Do you know what it is tuned at? Thanks. The L7Q, that loaded enclosures, what? I think that's right on par. It's perfect for it, to be honest. KXA 2400 at 2 ohms, 2400 RMS, 2400 RMS on the subs as well. It's a match made in heaven, to be honest with you, man. I don't think that's going to be way too much power whatsoever. Not at all. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Yep, Mike. That's about it. Okay, cool. Let's keep moving, chugging along here. Boom. There we go. Water never tasted so good until you do a live stream, I'm telling you. All right, so we went over the Comp R, but honestly, it's not about each specific one, but kind of what their job entails. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of break this down just a little bit here. Let me go here for, there we go, cool. So when we look at the screen here, we're looking at the Comp Rs, Comp Cs, and CVRs and Comp. And I feel like those are the main 4 other than the CVX, but we're not talking about every single subline, but just their preloaded enclosures that they sell here. So with the Comp R, that's going to be your... before, when they had the Comp Qs, would have been the loudest, strongest, power handling, circle, preloaded enclosure that they carried. They used to carry the dual 10th. But the Qs are, I think, end of life, at least with the enclosures, and just, I don't know exactly, but it's not going to be on the website. It's not on there now. So, the Comp Rs are the top tier, highest circle RMS enclosure. And then when you, I mean, obviously you go down the list, you look at the Comp VRs, the Comp Cs, and then the Comps. Okay, so what's the difference between them? Honestly, there is a small difference in between each one of them, but it gives you gradual steps in a different tonality of sound, and it depends your budget, man. With the comp, you can get this dual-loaded enclosure with the Aeroport on the side, which I really love those Aeroports. I love them so much. And these ones do not have Aeroports, but that doesn't mean one's better or the other. I just like Aeroports. These have the center slot port, and this one's $300. This one's $349 for the dual 2. This one's $449, and then so is this one $449. Now, why are these two the same? Because they're really close. Honestly, I think the Comp R and the VR are very, 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 very similar, and it's going to be really hard to even tell an SPL difference and tonality. I think mostly it is looks, and there's a few different, cooling features. And now that they've changed the Comp R with the pull venting, I don't know if they added that into the Comp VR. I'm going to have to take a look. They might have. I feel like they're eventually going to, put all that and upgrade all of their woofers, just like how they upgraded the Comp C recently and added pull venting to that, I believe so, and they changed it cosmetically. Yeah, I don't think that these have, per se, the pull venting on it. It's a little bit older of a driver. And the way you can tell how old a driver any product from Kicker is, I mean, we're on, 50th anniversary. There's always going to be numbers in front of the VIN number, or whatever you want to call it, model number. And let's see here. Where is it at? Is it going to say 48? So, I mean, that's only really 2 years ago. I don't know. Maybe it does have pull venting. The way you could check that out would be to go to the actual subwoofers themselves and get it like a description. There's that CVX that we were talking about earlier. There's the Comp VR. Now, does this have any kind of pull vent? No, see, no pull venting on the back end. So maybe this one can't handle as much power as long. I believe they are rated the same. Let's look at the Dual 2 12. Dual 2, Dual 4, doesn't matter with power handling. Yes, see, we're at 400 RMS. And then with the Comp R is 500 RMS. So there is a little bit of a difference of power handling there, 100 watts. Can you hear a 100 watt difference? I'm not going to say you really can, but some people can. And it might be able to give you a different sound because these are woofers that are, expected to respond differently. They're going to be designed in a little bit different of an enclosure, and they're going to have a different tonality of the sound. They just are, just like how I was explaining with the L7S's versus the R's. If you're really pulling hairs, you can probably tell a difference. You can design in a different way. They're going to have pros and cons leaning each way for what they are designed to do. Okay. Bobby B asked this question earlier. Andy, key 500.1 and a downfiring 10 or a powered 10 downfiring? I mean, whenever you start asking me which is which, I mean, it really depends what you're looking for, what kind of vehicle you're putting it in. But with the key 500.1, that key, the key technology, the 200.4, and I'm sure there's other key stuff coming down the line. I don't know if there's any winks recently, but I've seen some winks. Awesome stuff. And you can put that with like anything OEM integration. It's just all built in one kind of DSP amplifier, and it's awesome. So, and then you might have a limitation on that though, because you're probably going to be stuck with a single woofer or two of the smaller ones, the Comps, the Comp Cs, all depending what you're trying to get out of your system. So a downfiring 10 or power 10. Now the power 10 takes the equation totally out because then you have an amplifier built in. And that is a new product that they just came out, just released, and I think it's available. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. We'll take a look here. But either way, it's awesome that they have the amplifier built in like the PT250, which is the one they sell at Walmart. It's just built in. I've never heard one, and I've seen some reviews, people, whatever. I wish it did more. But what it's trying to do is a lot in a little bit. And I feel like with that power downfiring, you're going to get a little bit more output just for the simple fact it's a downfiring enclosure compared to a truck wedge that's meant for a truck, not to put in the back of your hatchback. Those downfiring enclosures are kind of not cheating, but it's like boundary loading on steroids. If you ever put a speaker in a corner of a room, when you have that downfiring enclosure, one, it makes it nice and compact. You can put stuff on top of it, doesn't hurt the woofer. But what happens is that sound fires down to whatever it's hitting, ricochets, and then kind of just uses a lot more of the vehicle in ways and just how it makes bass, man. It's the same thing as like pulling your speaker box closer to the trunk of your car. It gets a little bit louder, a little bit punchier. And there's pros and cons with that too, but still, it does that in a way where it helps. You don't need to, but it helps. So which one is better? I really wouldn't say one is better than the other. I would have to look at the power rating on the powered one. I know they just brought it out. I don't know that much about it, but I know it's a thing and it's new and it's awesome. But still, the Key 500 and a down-firing 10, just by itself, I feel like with that, you're going to have more flexibility of maybe installing something, not having to run your wire to your box, like your power wire and everything else, because the amplifier is in the box, in the enclosure. Or you want it to be simple. You don't want to have your amplifier somewhere separate. You want to just have all your wires in one place and it's secret. It's underneath the trunk spot where it's just, there's a little hatch. You put your subwoofer box underneath there. I did that for my dad years ago, and you couldn't even tell there was a system in the car. Maybe somebody wants something like that, and it's perfect for that. Thank you, Bobby B, and now you can see why we do what we do here.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
Appreciate you, man, and thank you for your questions and comments and being here with us. DK Drift King photo bombing in the back. Awesome. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. 51 of you guys still here. I appreciate you for hanging out, tuning in. Josh06 on Kicker Club, thank you. Appreciate you. Have, Chris, Steve, and Simon. They gonna come out with an 8-inch Solo X? You said it, not me. Moving on. Okay, cool. So, man, I'm so used to my like little switcher over here, you know, but like we're doing it a little bit different just because I didn't want to move everything around with my settings. So we're down here today. Anywho, and I mean StreamYard. That's kind of the point. Use what you got. All right, so we went over the different stuff with just the Compar 500 RMS. I know I should know this stuff, but I don't. You know, I do, but I don't. And it's like there are a lot of products here, and I know the gist. I know the gist, and you know, and that's the thing. I am a consumer. I really am. I don't really work for Kicker. I don't. I wish I did, but I don't. And I'm learning this stuff with you guys too. If you know every VIN and every model serial number of Kicker, then hey, maybe you should do this instead of me. But it's awesome because I get to learn this stuff alongside with you guys. All right, let me take a sip. Man, I'm losing my voice. Talking way too much. There we go. All right, so the Compar is the biggest one. VR is a little bit lower, but the price is about the same. Oh, $50 cheaper. Sorry, I thought that said $4.99 on both. So $50 cheaper. And I think that's why the Compar is so popular, that loaded enclosure with the 10, the 12, or the duals, but mostly the duals. I see the duals everywhere. For $500, that's a banging system, 1000 RMS. It really fits that bill of anything stock electrical and stuff along those lines, but powerful. And the Comp VR is going to do kind of like the same thing as well too. So it all depends what you're really going for. Power, maybe you want to run the CX800 instead of the 1200 to get more performance, then maybe go with the Comp VR or the Comp C. Now the Comp Cs, I believe those are 300 RMS a piece on the 12s. We'll double check here. Let's take a look. All right, so you got the dual 10s, which I have, which are awesome. I think those are definitely 300 RMS a piece. Maybe the dual 12s are 800. Let's see. So they're 600 as well. 600 RMS on the 12s and the 10s. And I like how they revamped these. They just look cooler. They look like the Comp Rs now, you know, the similarity. They really do. And they added pool venting, I believe so, on those to that. I believe they did. Let me double check here. That's what we're doing here. We're talking about everything. If I'm wrong, we find out I'm wrong. Okay, so probably not. I don't see it here. We can double check in the woofers. You know, if you don't check out kicker.com at least 3 times a day, what are you doing with your life? No, I'm just kidding. I don't do it that much, but I'm on here a lot. And I just found a product too, and we're going to talk about that at the end. I didn't even know they had it. They had it for 2 years, and I think it's perfect for bass heads. All right, so the 12, we'll take a look at it. No pull venting. So that is strictly for the Comp R and the gold letters over here. Well, you can't see that, but the gold letters have pull venting as well. So, you know, when you're going up, you get something that handles power a little bit better, just simply stated, you know. And if you have something that handles power a little bit better, it might need a little bit more power too to be just as loud as the other one, but can get louder than the one that doesn't need as much power. So there are always pros and cons with everything that you do and you put together. But again, 10s, 12s, dual loaded, and single 12s and 10s. And I like how they actually have 2 ohm and 4 ohm for the Comp C for the singles, just for the simple fact, hey, maybe I want to run 2. Hey, maybe I want to run a bigger amp and run it at 4 ohms, whatever the case may be. I like how they give the flexibility for that. I do. And that's not like that in everything. So you'll find different things in different tiers with these preloaded enclosures of what they come with, what they don't. And there's so much that goes into making these products, designing and figuring out what one needs what. You know, okay, people aren't buying this. We're not going to make that anymore, but they need it for this level because they're doing this. And that's the whole Kicker team putting their effort in every day, making it what it is. It's insane, man. It's you can't compare a Kicker with too many companies. You just can't. I know, you know, just especially car audio, it's really hard. Now, I know there's other ones. They've been around forever, and I don't know about them, so I would love to learn about them, but my heart's with Kicker, man. I don't need to look anywhere else. You know, the grass is not greener on the other side. You know, appreciate you. Lyle, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, 25, for the rain forecast. And Fuego, okay, I already got that one. Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys. All right, cool. Let's check comments. Basehead 30, appreciate you, man. Kicker King, for sure they are. All right, cool. Yes, Ashy is a stud of a dude. Thank you, Ashy Larry. Appreciate you tuning in. Me waiting on 25 to make a super chat. No, he didn't. Thank you for the pennies, Mike DePoli. Mike. It's all right. Well, we're going to get 25 one of these days. I promise you. All right, so already 56 minutes in. You guys got a few more minutes to enter the giveaway. 9:24 Eastern on my end, so we got 6 more minutes and then the giveaway ends. So make sure you go enter. I will drop the link one more time just in case you haven't, but you guys always have a nice turnout of just entering the giveaway, signing up for the newsletter, and just helping Kicker out, and they're helping you, man, by all the stuff they do for us. Baba, me also waiting on 25. 425. He's getting hit with pennies today. I can't even. Thank you, Baba. Appreciate you and Mike. And 25, we're going to have to get you. You can get one of those gift cards so they don't have your name. They don't have nothing. Sign it up with Apple. Use a VPN or, I don't know, do something. They won't track you. You'll be good, and then you can make it rain like you always say, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in. All right, cool. So we went over the ones that are the big SPL kind of things, you know. And the comps and the Comp Cs, you know, the comps are 150 RMS, and it's literally probably about half the output. Yeah, well, not output, but just, you know, power handling. This is the one that I just picked up, the single loaded enclosure with the port, the Aero port, and it sounds good. And honestly, I put a Kicker gold letter in there, and it got even louder on the meter. It did, and I have a lot to do with that one. But yeah, it's 150 RMS, tuned to 32 hertz. And these are the ones you can buy at Walmart. Yep. And you know what? These are a sleeper of a subwoofer. Even the 10s, I actually have an older one of these truck box ported 10s. Now, when you put it in a Volvo wagon, it doesn't sound that great. But if you put it in a pickup truck, for some reason it works. And it's because it's designed that way, these truck boxes. So which one's better for you? Maybe I should run, maybe the single 12. A little bit more expensive, but I have a hatchback. I have a trunk. Run that. Or you want to get even louder, you can go with the dual loaded enclosure of the 12s. And I feel like these are a tight comparison with the Type C, the Comp C 10s, because they're roughly It's a little bit less power handling, but you know, the price is pretty much there, and the 10s are smaller, so they can handle more, but they're smaller. So, and the price is roughly the same. I think, yeah, because those are $299 for the dual 12 loaded enclosure, and the Comp C dual 10 loaded enclosure should be $299 as well. No, $349. So $50 more, but then you got twice the power handling, but you got 10's a little less cone area. Does it make up for it? We don't know. We'll find out probably. But you'll have 10's, and I think the box is going to be a little bit smaller too. You know, whenever you have something that's bigger, it's just going to need a bigger box inherently. Now, not everything's like that. Don't crucify me, but still, that's kind of how it goes. So, you know, have that in mind, and power handling and everything else that comes in between. We love 25, but even more if he sends $2. And I think this is 25 throwing in pennies. Just kidding. Thank you, Mike and Rogelio Navarro Jr. Thank you for tuning in, man. Again, I love the Snorlax. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for the super chats, both you guys. You guys kill it. And that was okay. So was that you, 25? El Fuego with more rain, man. You guys are not gonna let me finish the show, are you? Ah, man, thank you, El Fuego. I appreciate you guys, man, and I still have the original pennies that Mike can deliver to Kayla. I love the pennies, and I love you guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Brian Townsend, I missed your super chat. No, I didn't. Where'd I miss your super chat? I missed your super chat. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I missed the pennies. Darn it. Mike's gonna be waiting a long time. He's always waiting a long time, depending for what. It could be Twisted Teas coming through the roof. It could be a lot of different things. Thank you, Brian T. I appreciate you, Mr. Townsend. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. And yeah, we will get 25 eventually. We will. We will. All right, cool. Let's keep moving. Appreciate you guys. Oh, and you got 1 minute to enter the giveaway. You got 1 minute. All right. Yeah, I mean, you know, the giveaway's over, but the show keeps going. So now we went over these 150 RMS roughly. We're just going to go for the 12s, you know, and 300 RMS, 400, 500. Okay. Now the downfiring are awesome. I'm going to start off with this one because I actually have this one and I've metered it. It did pretty good, man. I got the 12, and guess what? 179. And it's sealed, and it's downfiring, and I freaking love it. The price range is right, the performance is right, it's sealed, it's downfiring, it's kicker, it's small, and it's a comp. And they sell it at Walmart. Now, they don't sell it at my Walmart that's down the street, but the one about 15 minutes away, they got more stuff there. So I don't know if it's at every Walmart, but it's literally on the shelf at Walmart. And I'm going to do a video on this because I think that this thing will stomp on my ultimate Walmart system as being the loudest Walmart system available there. Just for a single sub. You know, you can go get the Pioneer, or you can go and get the Power Acoustic. That's the one I'm thinking of. And that's great and all, but you got to put it in that box that Walmart sells. This is a kicker downfiring box, man. And yeah, I kind of did a little bit of metering in a big car, and it was already louder than the Walmart one. So I'm like, oh, let's go. Same car, it's gonna smack on it. Awesome downfiring, and it's perfect for the budget. And I'm not sure how much the 10 is, but I didn't see this one at Walmart. I got the 12. And to be honest with you guys, the gold 12 actually fits into this downfiring box. It is actually shallower than the comp from Walmart. The kicker comp has a taller mounting depth than the kicker gold 12. I was surprised. I'm putting it in. I'm like, man, this thing fits perfect. And then I put both of them beside each other, and the comp was sitting taller than the gold. And I'm like, whoa, that's impressive. So it works in this enclosure. And it's awesome stuff, guys. Really is. I'm glad they came out with that last 2 years ago, give or take. Awesome stuff. Who's Johnny? How many cubic feet? I don't know. I'm going to say around a cube. Gonna say around the cube. Oh, come on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's starting. All right. So then they got the Comp VT, the CVT, and for some reason, Dean just does not like this one, but this one is an even shallower subwoofer. I think it's shallower, believe it or not, but I know it's a shallow woofer compared to it. At least that's how it's, you know, designed and portrayed. It's a shallow woofer, that's Comp VT. And, but this one has a little bit more power handling. And what are we looking at? 200 to 400 RMS. So really it's a 400 RMS, just like the Comp, but instead of being 150, it is 400 RMS. So you're going to need a little bit more power for this guy, for sure. You really are. Now, moving up the line, and I wouldn't say up, just up. Oh, it's better. The Comp RT right here, and I believe this is the one, yeah, it's got the passive radiator. Oh man, I want one of these too. I know Big D did a video on the 12, and I don't know if he metered it. I think he did, but either way, I would love to get one of these, man. The passive radiators are my fave, and I could just imagine how this would sound, and I believe this is the same power as, no, 500 RMS, so it's literally the same power handling as the Comp R12, but it's the RT, so it's the shallow version, and it has a passive radiator instead of a port, so that thing is not sealed down firing. It's got a passive radiator down firing, so I believe that's going to be a little bit more output than the CVT, big time, being a passive radiator, 2 being more power handling, and just inherently it should be louder, and it's going to cost a little bit more too. How much are those guys? $329. I think it's around the same price as the CVT. If not, it's pretty close. I think the CVT was $279 for the 12. I'm not too sure here. Let's say, yeah, $269 for the, so it's a little bit more. I like the passive radiator setup. I think it's going to have a little bit better of a roll-off. And passive radiators kind of act like a ported enclosure, but the port has a limit, aka the radiator. And they're just awesome. Again, what Kicker is known for today. All right, cool. Let's see if we got anything else here. Oh, yes. The Comp RT, but these are not the down firing. These are just the truck wedges, and these are the ones that I've seen 2 of them actually in Tim's truck. Tim, the cameraman, used to be from Kicker. Thank you, Steve, for taking that job over. Appreciate both you guys. But the Comp RT has 2 of these in that brown truck. If you ever go to Slamology, any Kicker show, you see a brown truck, you're going to see 2 of these in that car, and it is awesome. And, you know, it's just not down firing, same concept. And I believe same power handle. Should it be 500 RMS? Yep, exactly, 500 RMS. Now, what do the 10s have? I don't know, and they go down to 6.75. Now, the 10s should be, what, 400 RMS? Yeah, 400 RMS for the 10s. And then for the 8s, what did the 8s have? 8s have 300 RMS, which is a lot for an 8-inch woofer. The 8-inch L7S only has 450 watts, so that's pretty substantial. And I wish they had an 8-inch L7 enclosure preloaded. I would have bought it. They don't have it, unfortunately. And a lot of places only sell dual loaded or dual 8-inch enclosures, not single squares. Like they do single circles, but squares, it was really hard to find. Found one from Ground Shaker. Thank you, Ground Shaker. But again, 150 RMS on a little 6.5. But look at that guy over there. That passive radiator's got more meat and muscle than a lot of us. That is awesome. And for $179, to be honest with you, I think that is awesome because it's so small, you know, and it doesn't need a lot of power. And it's got a passive radiator, and it's just going to sound really, really nice. Like, that's going to sound way better than any kind of, hey, I'm just going to put a Comp RT into my stock sublocation in my Honda Pilot, aka I've done it. Not really a great advantage because the enclosure is not built right. They're plastic, crappy enclosures. I would have rather put that in the back of my car, and it would sound so much better than just trying to throw a Comp RT into the stock location and add an amp to it. It sounded good at low level. As soon as I started giving it the beans, the box sounded like it wanted to break in half. So, oh, and the TBs. You know, I want to buy all these things, and I'm like, I can't, bills. But this is what I want to get. I love these TBs just because they're like the bazooka tubes, but with kicker, and they got passive radiators, and it's like the QB8, but you know, with the comp R in mind. So this one is the 10, so that should have 400 RMS. Yep, 400 RMS on the TB10. And I mean, honestly, I was going to get the 8 because with these TBs, I feel like these are meant to be in small applications. You could probably put this behind your back seat in your standard cab instead of a wedge box, and you might get a little bit more output because it is a passive radiator setup. Now, is it going to be better than the Comp RT 6.5 or 8 with the passive? I don't know, but with just this setup, it is awesome, and I don't know if these are meant for marine or what, but I like how you can stand that up. Man, you can use this for home theater. I think that would be awesome too. Awesome. Let's see, man, I'm sorry for not answering you guys. I'm just on a roll here right now. This is kind of the point on Kickin' with Andy, where we just talk about things. We got almost 60 people here watching entirely. Love you guys. Thank you for making it all the way through the end. You guys are OGs. And we'll do the giveaway here in a few minutes. Larry Keller, pretty sweet. Just don't need any more subs at the moment. Not until I break one. That means nearly forever with Kicker products. Hey, you know, and it's good to not need anything until you break it. But when you do, they're there for you. Put them on a key 500.1. Absolutely. I mean, we can talk about the amplifiers real fast. There's not too many available right now on kicker.com. Like, you can get the other ones other places. But still, they're like in a little bit of a, you know, just limbo right now on some of the amps because the KX8 aren't available, the DX aren't online, but they still do have the key amps that everyone's talking about here. Hold on. There we go. The key amps, the 500.1, the 200.4, they used to have the 180.4. Cool stuff, really is, and it works for a lot. And man, power in the palm of your hand and a DSP all built in one. Fancy stuff. All right, so the CX amplifiers, the 400, the 800, the 1200, and the 1800. The 400 and 800 are smaller amplifiers. They don't do the same power at 1 and 2 ohm, but they are all 1 ohm stable. The 1200 and 1800 both do the same power at 1 ohm, so 1200 at 1 and 2 and 1800 at 1 and 2 respectively. So they got that any ohm that Joe says. The any ohm, I got to bring it up because this is what really brought it up.
Because we don't want you to blow it up. So turn the gain down, Andy.
Joe, love you, man. And you know, you learn stuff on these shows, and if you don't, we're doing our job wrong. Or you need to be on the show and teach us. But again, they got those amplifiers in the CX line, and then the PXA amplifiers. These are the ones you'll see on the in the fish tank on unmasked. And I wouldn't say that these are going to be great for car audio. Could they work? 100%. They really could. But I think these are more for just power. Marine, your quad, your go-kart, your moped, whatever you want to run it on. And I believe they have the 1000.5 here in the fish tank on unmasked. And again, you know, you're getting something that is literally waterproof. Just dunk the thing in there. I don't think the wires are really waterproof, but the entire amplifier is. And they actually have it submerged all the way when they really shouldn't. And it's still standing up to the test of time. And again, the IQ amplifiers are getting pretty rare. The KX, you still see them on eBay, Amazon, sometimes Crutchfield and stuff like that. The DX 125.2 they used to sell at Walmart and Best Buy, I believe, as well. And then the PX amplifiers, I've always wanted one of those because they have like a Bluetooth, you don't need a head unit kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, it's perfect for my moped, my scooter. That'd be great. All right, so I think I covered every single darn loaded enclosure from Kicker. I did it. I did it. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did it. I don't know. I don't know. Man, I don't know if my voice is cutting out or the clip limiter is cutting in. Appreciate you guys all hanging out, making it to the entire show. And you guys are awesome. 49 just on YouTube. 60 altogether. one new member. I like how it shows new member right there. Would you look at that? Just look at it. Appreciate you guys. And why is that so far behind on the... Man, that does that sometimes. I don't know why that does that, but that's okay. Cool. So, let me check on waterproof. I believe that's IP68 certified, where it's like proof. I think 6.6 is like water resistant-ish. 6.7 is like your normal, like, water resistant. And then I think 68, I don't know exactly. I know there's like 6, 7, 8, and then like the second digit is like means something else. But you see it in the fish tank, so it's waterproof. Or it's really water resistant. One of the two. You know, if your mouth is louder than your system, then you need to grab one of the JP shirts. Run your mouth, not your system. I mean, no, is it that way? Yeah. Kibby is a copycat. What did Kibby do? Kibo? Is that Kibby? Kibo. There's Kibo. I like turtles. I love turtles too. Oh, it's because Bob always says that. It's okay, man. Imitation is the best form of flattering. Appreciate you, Kyle. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. Brian Varnes, trusty pair of comped R12s meet my needs. Why would I pay more for the gold anniversary ones? You know, man, I've heard that so many times, and I feel like I need to grab a comp R12 just to do a comparison. And that comparison still isn't going to answer too many questions other than, man, they're pretty identical. I feel like what it is, you know, they did it for you guys, you know. Hey, you guys want the gold letters, we're going to bring them back. A lot of it is for looks. You know, that's just like the square. You know, yeah, it's got more cone area, but let me tell you, that's a pain in the butt to make a square woofer move 2 inches each way, or whatever, however far it goes on this guy here. So, with that being said, I feel like a lot of it is for looks, but it is for performance too. You know, and if you look at the price, they're relatively the same, a little bit more for this, but they both have, you know, the pole venting, they're both round, they're both woofers, they both make bass, they both have the same power handling, and I get it, I totally do. So, do you have to, you know, get rid of your comp Rs to get this? No. You know, would you go out and get rid of your comp Rs for the CVRs because you want something a little bit more efficient? I feel like it's not worth it to go out and pay all that money to drop down 100 RMS so something's a little bit more efficient. Same thing. Oh, why would you want to do that? For looks. You want something? You want to go grab this? Then that's great. That's kind of the deal with that being said, because they already had the product in the line, and they could have made the comp gold like they did back in the day. You know, this little 100-watt woofer, you know, and not much linear, not much excursion, super efficient, but you guys really wouldn't have wanted that, you know, just to be honest with you. You put up a gold letter in today's standards, it's gonna do good like it did back in the day, but you know, it's just, to be honest with you, if you compare it, it's hard to compare woofers to begin with, but what it is just like a home audio woofer versus a car subwoofer. You know, that's kind of the easy way to explain it. Like the way they made woofers then than they do now, it's night and day. So they didn't want to go backwards on that. So they made a product that was in respect of the gold letter, but with today's technology and in that price range where the Comp R is probably one of the most popular sold products that they have, alongside with the CX800.1 amplifier. And they wanted to put it in a window that sold a lot because it had more people to buy from. And the people that didn't have Comp R12s like yourself, they're like, oh, I'm going to get that one instead. I'm going to get that one instead because it's the gold letter. And I feel like that's why that all kind of, you know, fitted together. Quad box 15. Absolutely. I'm ready for a quad box with 4 15s in it. Kayla, you ready? She's like, are you kidding me? Or are you really kidding me right now? Please don't do that to me. Scrolling. I seen your question, Bobby, but I can't get to it because I love you. Ask it again on Friday. I will get to it. We got to get to this stuff going. All right, cool. What I'm gonna do is had confetti on the unmasked thing. It says, "You have rigged." Thank you, Gleam. Gleam and StreamYard, always coming in clutch. Just jump straight to the 18s, Andy. Man, you know, I wish they sold 18-inch comps and Solo X's, but a man can wish. A man can only wish. All right, what I'm going to do is I got a little video here for you guys anyway, and I was going to wait till Friday to show it, but why not? While you guys are waiting for the winners, and I can do some of that on the side while the video is playing, and we'll be, yeah, that'll work for that. So let me get that plugged up and going, and let me get the other stuff so I can try to get a lot of it done in the meantime while the video is playing. Man, my voice is cracking. That means I'm done. That means I'm done. All right, cool. That's going. Let's draw. Okay. 58 potential winners. Ooh. 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 I can't. Oh man, that is great. All right, well, I'm gonna do some rigging, and in the meantime, guys, just enjoy this video. Split up now.
This is empty space you let me have.
So what do you got in here? 212s, 18, what you got in there?
But we got some blue foam thing. I don't know, Cookie Monster foam.
That's it. Wilder's in here. He's live. Shut the door. He's live and direct.
What? What else?
Button here, and that's how you go over here. You can switch all the cameras. 2, 4, and 3 screen sharing.
Well, I know how to do. What? He was messing with the camera. Sorry. Let me say sorry, Dad. Well, this is pretty awkward. What? Hi.
Perfect timing. That literally could not be any more perfect timing. I literally did it all in that 3.5 minutes. Happy birthday, Wilder. If you didn't know, it was his birthday. We did the birthday party this weekend. He got to hang out in Cookie Monster, got to go into the Kicker Cave. And man, Mr. B's friend and a good friend of mine's, just family. Just, you guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys. Cool. Let's see what comments I missed. Thank you, Kibo. I appreciate you guys. Everyone logged out, and then now they're going to miss who won. But it's okay. They get an email from Bill. I appreciate you guys, man. You made it an hour and a half, man. They broke it. That's it. That's it. Future base heads in the making. Oh, I know, man. You know, and he actually watches the show. That's it. That's it, Bubba. I'm trying my best. Oh, that's the wrong camera. There we go. Trying my best. Where'd everybody go? Really? You guys didn't like the video? We only got 31 people in here now, unless they're on Discord. But Bubba's in here, so probably not. Mr. B is the man. Maybe they thought I was doing the outro. Maybe that's what they thought, that the video ended, that there's no giveaway. There is a giveaway, and we're going to release the names here in a second. Bumpers for the win, man. You can get that 300, no problem. I know Cornut would be looking at it, analyzing it. All right, let's see here. We're going to go, yep, right there. Ding, 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 ding. Strike. Feel like turkey, you know. 3 times in a row. Cornut be, maybe always be doing that crazy stuff. He's good. Don't play him in air hockey. Just trust me on that, please. Baked fried is better. Yes, yes, yes. Jeff says he is here. I appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. Man, not logged out. You know, now they're coming back. Now they're coming back. No, yeah, a little bit. No, we were good. We were running out the door, but thank God the birthday party was literally right across the street at the fire hall, which was perfect. The fire hall is bully now, and it turns out that my friend Hunter, his dad, Harry, actually runs the place. So I'm going to be going there a lot more often. It's awesome. It's all good. I had to get you ready so you could beat me in fantasy football, John. I had to. I couldn't win by default, and I wound up losing. I wound up losing legally, and I'll take it. I'll take it. Could have been worse. I could have lost, you know, and not helped you out. That would have looked really bad. I'll take the L. Thank you for tuning in, Scott. Doing good, man. Just always kicking it every day. Literally my life. Just always kicking it. Okay, cool. So I got the comments over here. I can see you guys over here while I'm doing the winners. So that'll be good and awesome. Because whenever I told StreamYard like 7 times, like I need to have both, get rid of just having one thing at the same time, or one thing at a time, not both. It's either I have the winner names or comments, and it's like, bro, I need both. 2 little things and that would be perfect. But we got YouTube over here. I can see you guys, and let's get to it. Don't want to get too close to the mic here, you know. It's not this kind of show. All right, so 3rd place, you get the tumbler. There we go. Kicker tumbler with the swag pack from Kicker, the koozies, the whole 9, little chain and everything, man. It's not a gold chain, but it's a Kicker lanyard. It's pretty cool. It's cooler than chain. 3rd place goes to Ryan M in Rochester, New York. Congratulations, Ryan. Man, we got a lot. Unless that, did I type that though wrong? I don't think it's, no. We do have 2 Rochesters. That was not a typo. We got 2 Rochesters. And this is crazy, to be honest with you. You guys will see in a second. Congratulations. Bill will be sending you an email. Please respond within a week, I believe. And he'll get your package out to you. Thank you for watching Kickin' with Andy. 2nd place is the EB400s, the water resistant, waterproof earbuds, and they're just perfect for running and Bluetooth, yada yada. I really wish they would have buds. I want buds. I love the string. I love the wire. It works. It's like nice, but I want buds for sleeping. I wish Kicker would do that. But otherwise, awesome headphones. I love their over the ear. They're like one of the best, honestly. I've had a few different ones, but not too many. I don't have any open baffle ones. But regardless, awesome stuff. Second place gets that. And I mean, this guy already knows, but we're not going to let any cats out of the bag. Congratulations, Joe G. from Albany, New York. Congratulations. And I'm happy that you still watch, man. You know, even if you just entered and clicked away, I appreciate it. Appreciate you. And congratulations and thank you for watching the show. In first place, before our ultimate grand prize, we have a grand prize as well, but this is first place. You get the Bullfrog. For the ones that are new to the show, you get the Bullfrog 100, and for 3 easy payments of $3.99. Comes with all kind of buttons on the side here. It's got a little stand there for you know, your camera stand type situation. Have this on a post. Hook up 2 of these at once. Have stereo surround sound outside in your front yard. Awesome little products, and almost fit in your cup holder. But either way, you get all that and the Kicker swag pack. Kirsten, aka Johnny. It's Johnny. Johnny wins. Well, his wife actually won, so if she wants to give it to you, John, or you know, that's up to her. But congratulations, man. Thank you for all you do, and it is not rigged at all. Look out for your email from Bill. Now, the ultimate grand prize, the 50% off Living Loud with Andy discount code for anything at Kicker.com. Everything we're looking at today, anything you see on that website, use this code that I send you. Good forever. It's like a Willy Wonka golden ticket. Get one. Goes to Leanne K. Leanne K from Bemidji, I'm not going to pronounce that right, Minnesota. If you're from that town or that area in Minnesota and your name is Leanne K, check your email for Bill. Or actually, I'll be sending you an email through that email that you registered in. So make sure you respond. Otherwise, we have to repick for the next week. Man, congratulations, guys. And thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. 57 people. You know, when it's over 50, I feel happy. You know, I know Tuesdays, that's where it's at. That's where all the effort goes into. We're not just get bits in or whatever. But I felt like we talked about a lot, and I wasn't too sure exactly what I was going to do on this next show. And I'm like, loaded enclosures. All of them. Let's just talk about all of them. You know, keep it simple, but yet detail. And I feel like that's exactly, I love doing things off the cuff. You know, I'm all for scripts and whatnot, but then I get lost, you know, and I feel like I covered every base, and we did great, man. I appreciate you guys hanging in till the end. It's in India. Is that okay? So we don't do overseas, but for codes we can. Codes we can. That's the only thing we can do overseas is codes, because it's just an email. Now, does Kicker.com ship overseas? I think they do. They should. I believe they do. I don't know about for the giveaways. Maybe they... I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that one. Cool. Awesome. I'm not going to hang you guys here forever. Let's just end this thing, man. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you on Friday. And make sure you tune in next... Actually, not even next Tuesday. There is no Kicker Unmasked show next week. And it's the following week because this next Tuesday is Halloween. So if I don't see you guys, you only tune on Tuesday. I appreciate that you were here. And I will see you on the next Kickin' with Andy or Unmasked. But there is none next week. So it's going to be the following week after that when Kicker starts off again. And then you'll see me the following week after that. And I believe that's after the 10th or so. So you'll see them on November 7th, I believe. And I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in. And you guys are awesome. Thank you, Budget J, Baba, Mullen, SJC. You know, I'm sure we could do something Tuesday, maybe late night with Andy after all the trick-or-treating. I got to get my smoke machine going, fog machine for Halloween and give out candy. So maybe after that, we'll do something on the side. But otherwise, appreciate you guys tuning in. And as always, I will see you on the next one. We got to do this camera. It's just so much better. Love you guys. Thank you for watching Kickin' with Andy. Check your emails.
Kickin' it with Andy. Kickin'
And by the way, stay living loud.
it with Andy. Kickin' 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 it with Andy.
Let's get it.
With Andy. Kickin' it with Andy. Kickin' it with Andy.
Uh-oh.
Kickin' it with Andy. Kickin' it with Andy. Kickin' it with Andy.
Okay. I see what we're doing. Kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. Living loud. Hey, yo, we kicking it with Andy at the house. He's coming to you live from the casting couch. He's a kicker freak. Hey, yo, what you think? So grab a seat and get your favorite drink. Don't go nowhere, you'll be glad you waited. Andy content comes highly rated. He got more hits than a Brooklyn mobster, doing hair tricks in the Cookie Monster. Straight give you goosebumps like you ticklish. Hey yo, rest in peace to Chris the Fish. So get your popcorn, Andy's going live, but the show don't start till Deviant arrives. What?
John K. rolled up to learn some sound effects. Met the good peeps, now we chillin', relax. The after show is lit, yo, check the live chat. And is Eclipse, you wanna try that? Kicking it with Andy is such a dope show. He stays super positive and a super chill bro. Making us laugh with his McGill memes. Quality content in all of his streams. Why does Cookie Monster bang harder than a wall? Cause he was the big brand name that started it all. Kick a bass so low that it's messing with your psyche. Y'all running sketcher while my homie running Nike. My homie running Nike. My homie running Nike. My homie running Nike.
Hey yo, Johnny, have a seat, relax. We got this next one. Yeah. Hey yo, check me out. Third verse like that, we say the best for last. Drop a super chat to get your questions asked. 5K subs, yo, he gon' hit. Got a L7X and a Recon kit. Tuesday and Friday, yo, we on the set. Unless he get that Patreon check, go ahead, subscribe, and he's on the mic. If you gotta run by, please hit the like. Solo and Wiz got that fish tank filled, but is he ever gonna finish that Walmart build? Ain't got a witness, so we'll never know. That was 3 minutes, now enjoy the show. Let's go.
My homie running Nike.
Hey yo, Andy, we love you, boy. Keep doing your thing, King. You got this.
My homie running Nike.
Yeah, was that Deviant at one? I think that was Deviant. Yeah, it was definitely Deviant at one.
I don't know. I think it could have been Wiz, but we'll never know for sure, man. I appreciate you guys watching, making it towards the end, till the end at the caboose. And thank you guys so much for watching. And John, you kill it every time, man. You really do. Kicklefish. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Bubba, for coming in. Did I get it? Survey says no. Rogoval Navarro Jr., thank you for the show. Let me know how to be green team. go to the community tab. I'm going to have to drop something down there for you guys. Hit the join button. Appreciate you. And that is it. Thank you for watching Kickin' with Andy. I don't know where Cornut is.